Hi guys, I would like you to jump in and see how easy it is to work with After Effects. We're gonna do some motion graphics here. One which might seem very complicated, but I'll make it very easy for you and you'll have a lot of fun. Another animation that's very simple and it's the basic of animating within After Effects. So let's start. Remember in the previous lecture, I asked you to download a zip file and to unzip it so we can get the graphics from this file. It's time now to import these graphics inside your project. To import your graphics, you come to the project panel over here and then you right click and say import and you say file. Here you are. Then you navigate to where you have unzipped your file from the previous lecture and choose boys and girls with background. This is an Illustrator file. And simply click on import. Now the import panel will open. It's asking you for the import kind. Make sure it is composition and not footage. And then you have the footage dimension. Make sure it's layer size and not document size. Cool. We click on OK. So now notice what happened here. A composition has been created for you that contains your graphics. That's pretty interesting. And then you have a folder that contains all the graphics that are inside the composition. To work with the composition, just double click and it will open in the composition viewer. You can see your graphics and then it will open in the timeline here. On the left, you have the layers. You have girl. If you click on it, you select it, boy, and the background. On the right here, you have the time and you have the timeline indicator where you can scrub through and see exactly what's happening in time within your composition. Your composition is actually where you are going to do all your motion graphics and it will become your video at the end. Let's go to the beginning of the time and then we have the scene background here. It's a background, we're not going to animate it, so let's lock it. Here we are. Now there is a choice to make. Which one you would like to work with, the boy or the girl? I prefer to work with the boy for now and I will delete the girl. So you click on the girl if you'd like to work with the boy and press delete. Here you are, the girl disappeared. Sorry girls, you can also work with the girl. Now I have the boy here that's placed very wrongly. You just select it by clicking on it and then come to the middle circle here. This is the anchor point. You can click on it and drag it to wherever you want to put it. I'll just put it just over here. So this guy is going to introduce you. You are a graphic designer, right? So we want to move his head, left and right, up and down, something like this. How do we create this animation? First of all, select your guy by click on it. So you have selected the layer over here and then come to the puppet pin tool. It's very easy to use. Don't get scared. So you click on it and the puppet pin will actually create some pins that you can animate. So let's come to the graphic here and click on the pin. Fine. It created the first pin. If by any chance you have the mesh on, so it will look like this, now you can care less about the mesh. Later on in the course I'll explain to you. Just uncheck it and then you have the guy. Now, while having the puppet pin selected, if you point on the pin, the mouse pointer will change into a kind of move. If you click on the pin, now you can move your guy wherever you want. Cool. I will undo this, Ctrl Z or Command Z on the Mac. But actually, you don't want to move all of him. You just want to move his head. So maybe you create another pin here that will act as an anchor. And now, if you click on the pin on his head and you move, you notice that it's rotating on the other pin. So the second pin has become like an anchor, if you like. Fine. If this is an anchor, let's add more anchors on the hips here so it doesn't move the body at all. Let's add one on the left leg and one on the right leg. Simple. Let's go back to the head. See exactly, yep, it has worked. Okay, you have his feet moving, but it's okay, I will undo this. Now you want to animate the head. Well, there is a very easy way to animate the head. Let's go to record options. If you click on it, the panel for recording will open up. Actually, you will be recording the animation. It says hold down the control key while dragging a puppet pin to record an animation. Let's click on OK and now we want to start animating this pin. So you point on the pin here, you press Control and notice how the mouse pointer changes to an arrow with a watch. It's waiting for you. If you click and then you can start animating. Here you are, as simple as this. You can distort if you like, okay, until the end of the composition, or you can release. Fine, it has come to the end. Now to play your animation, you press spacebar. Here you are. Of course, I distorted a lot just to show you, but actually it's pretty interesting. Fine, we don't like this, of course, so we stop the animation by clicking on the timeline indicator, and let's record again. So I press Control, Command on the Mac, click on the point here and start, moving it just slowly. You're saying yes, no, something like this. I try to bring it at the end to its own position. Here we are. Fine, let's press spacebar and look. Wow, now the guy is almost talking. We need to move the mouse. We'll do that later on. So already you have animated a puppet in your first lecture. Please go ahead and play with it. So now that we have animated our puppet, in the next lecture we start adding some graphics from within After Effects. See you then.